I'm going to have to. I'm live. Hi, everyone. Where's the camera? There's the camera. Hello. Good evening. It is Friday night. It is the 9th of June. Welcome. It's nice to see so many people online. Before I start, I want to thank Nigel Stanislaus for doing my hair and my makeup, because normally I wouldn't be able to make myself look like this. So, champion, thank you everybody for joining. I can see that there's a lot of people here who have jumped online. There are people from Portugal, from England, Australia, live in Louisiana. Hello. Exciting. So thank you so much for joining. I hope that you all enjoyed the video that was streamed the other night. It was made, I think, a couple of months ago, maybe a bit more, in rural Victoria in a place called Kyneton, which was really, really beautiful. So I hope that you enjoyed it. Yes, it was dark, and it's meant to be dark. So anyway, Drew from New York City. Hello, Drew. Thank you so much for joining. Geez, what time is it there? It's late. So thank you so much for joining. Hello, Shane Carr. You're very sweet. I'm here, and if there are any questions that any of you would like to ask about the song, the record, the upcoming record on July 14th, it's certainly been a monumental effort on my team's behalf to put all of that together. So Peter, Courtney, my manager, and Maddie Hume, who's in charge of socials, have done a terrific job of putting all of that together, because I'm technically inept, just so you know. But what's exciting is, have a look at this. Da, 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 da. That is the first test pressing of Love Saves on vinyl, to which I need to listen to, but I need to get a turntable, a record player, because I don't have one, because everything's digital. So I'm going to step out this weekend and buy myself a record player. If you have any suggestions of any great record players that you think I should perhaps look at, don't be scared to let me know. But there it is. There's the first test pressing, and that will be listened to this weekend, that there are no glitches and that it's technically fabulous. And I'm very excited about that. So it's all good. Anyway, I'm going to try and answer some questions. Emma Hoare from, I think Emma is from France. We feel the darkness from the video. Yep, it is dark. And there's a reason for that. And the song is dark. It was written in 2020 in Stockholm with some of my friends and so forth. And we it wasn't a very luminous time. And I've been very open about that. Lockdowns and 2 years of being locked up in Melbourne was a very unfortunate thing to experience. So that's what it is. House, I guess, house, this is my house. It's my life, you know. The home is where the heart is. And, you know, sometimes a house is stable, sometimes it's not. So it talks about all of that kind of instability. So it's not meant to be luminous, but that's okay. Never fear. I will take you on a journey. We will take you on a journey with this record. So it's not only dark, there is light. Anyway, I'm looking here at these questions. What would your favourite song from the album be? From Ben Collins. Difficult and a stupid question. Ben, there are no stupid questions. I don't really have a favourite song as such, because I haven't really overdone the listening of the record. So I'm still getting to know the record. there's lots of really interesting moments. I really particularly love a song called Cry Me a Miracle. Love Saves, the album title, is really beautiful. It's quite ethereal, and it speaks about the fact that love does actually save, because I truly believe in that. So there's that. Let me see, what else is that? What else is here? Annie H, it's 5 a.m. here. Annie, it's really kind of you to get up so early. Nigel, bless you for sneezing. What else? Buddy Chewer. Hello, Buddy. Buddy, you're obviously logged in from Asia. I've always wanted to tour Asia. Hopefully I can at some point. It's about finding the right people to connect with on a live level. That's never an easy job to do. So when we do find the right people, I promise you that we will get to Asia. As you're all aware, tickets have gone on sale for the world tour. I figured that at 48 years of being in the business, the thing that I really want to do now moving forwards is I want to be able to go out and meet my audiences around the world. I've got a couple more years till I hit 50 years so in the business. So I am really setting out, and we're working very hard to make sure that we get out to America and Europe and eventually Asia, and go out and play and meet all the fans and stuff who have been so gracious and followed for such a long period of time. So we will get there. We will get there. What else do I have here? Mariana, how did the idea of creating this light dark environment on the album come about in the visual sense? Well, as I said before, the record comes from a dark place. It comes from being locked up for 2 years, and music was really the thing that kept me going during that time. So there was a lot of dark moments, and it's very, very important to document that. So that is, but as I said, there is light at the end of the tunnel. So don't worry, you will have a good giggle on the record as well. There's some very funny lyrics and quite ironic lyrics. What else? Jason, why not a Brisbane show? We've decided with this tour to do something a little bit different. I mean, I think it's important that with every tour that you do something different. I'm not about repeating things because I can't do that. So I like to give my audiences something different every time. There's no point in repeating the same shit, because otherwise we all get bored. If I'm bored, you guys will be bored, and there's no point in that. So we're not in Brisbane, but I think we're the Gold Coast. That's not far. So Jason, if you can get to the Gold Coast show, that would be great. It's October 13th, I think, and it's Hota. Will you ever do pub gigs in Sydney, Shane? Maybe. Why not? I do love a pub gig, so we'll see. Do you have any plans for Songs of Love and Loss 3 or a collaboration album for the future? I'm not sure. I'll see. I loved my moment of love and loss back then. That's where my headspace was at. So I don't have any plans for a volume 3, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, what else is here? You kept me going. Lisa Shoot writes, you kept me going with Quarantina. Quarantina. Yes, that was a lot of fun. Again, that was a period of absolute experimentation and a way for me to, I don't know, stay in contact with all of you. I was very curious to talk to people, and those interviews were very special. And I think a very special one for me was talking to Olivia Newton-John, who was a very, very dear friend, and we miss her very, very much. So it gave me an opportunity to talk to other people about them and not about me, because I get really bored about talking about myself all the time. I hate it. What else? Okay, Lee, 1972. Hi, Lee. With regards to the music business right now, what is your view of the importance of getting a hit single or album? Oof. Yeah, it's look, the industry is a very, very different landscape. Hence, the reason why I'm here talking to you. Once upon a time, I would never have done anything like this. It's a jungle. It's very difficult out there. The business is the music business is a business. Um, so for me, a hit single or an album, you do the best that you can. At the end of the day, what happens with it is completely out of your control. I don't have, I'm not signed to a major label as an artist as such. I work with Warners, who are very kind to distribute this record, and we'll see where that goes. But I chose to be independent for a few years after being signed to a major label for a long time, and I felt that I wanted a change, and I'm really glad that I did do that. But making that change and becoming an independent artist means that it's an enormous amount of work, and you don't have the heavy lifting of a machine. So it is very difficult, and I rely on word of mouth. I rely on all of you to be able to spread the word for me, which a lot of you do, and I'm very, very grateful to all of you for spreading the word. The next record is very important because I feel that it is a record that is very much a career defining record for me. So, where it'll go is in the hands of the universe. At the end of the day, if people identify with it, if you share it and do all that sort of stuff, hopefully it will go and have a great life, but you just don't know. So there's no formula. Nobody really knows how it's going to go, but fingers crossed. Pardon me. Hey, Tina, I've been a fan for years. This is Wayne Papin. From the early days of Heaven Help My Heart, two of my faves I'm playing at the moment is If I Was a River and Live for the One I Love, helping me get through. I'm happy, Wayne. They're two songs from a long time ago when I was signed to a major label. But that was another time. But I'm glad that that you enjoy listening to them. Glenda from Berwick, what is your favourite? Back rub, foot rub, or neck rub? Foot rub, because my feet are shit. So I love that. Mariana, we love that you're still here even when you're not signed to a major label. So thank you. Thanks, Mariana. I'm still here. I still love doing music. So whilst I still love it, I'll keep doing it. All right. Any other questions? Okay. Annie H., have you met or known anyone in the group Queen, especially Freddie or Brian? Also, who is your favourite singer? Never met anybody from Queen, although we were on the same bill for the fire relief show in Sydney 3 years ago, and they were absolutely amazing. Who is my favourite singer or group that has inspired you? I've got lots of singers that I loved. I grew up listening to Streisand, to Diana Ross, Joni Mitchell, Linda Ronstadt. I grew up listening to some pretty extraordinary women. I'm a big fan of voices and people and characters and spirits. So I guess you take all of that on board. You absorb that as an artist. So favorite group, I loved. Favorite group, good question. I don't have a favorite group. I have groups that I like. But, I grew up listening Beatles, Stones, AC/DC. In the last sort of few years, I particularly enjoyed the earlier material of Coldplay. I don't really get off on it so much now because I really preferred Chris Martin producing his own material. So that sort of stuff. I love Depeche Mode, big fan of Trevor Horn, who did Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Seal, all those sorts of stuff. I do prefer a lot of that older music, unfortunately. And I'm also not a great consumer of what is going on now because I find streaming really frustrating. I don't like being told what to listen to. Um, I prefer to listen to what I want to listen to. So hence I can't wait to get my vinyl player so I can play my Kate Bush, my Tears for Fears, and the records that I have laying around. And that is going to be fun to be able to do that. What else? Tina Turner. Yes, I didn't post about Tina Turner because there was such an overwhelming amount of posting with her. And it goes without say, Tina Turner was probably one of the greatest references for women, full stop. The woman who gave everything, lived under extraordinary circumstances that people didn't know and that she hid from people for a long time because she was just the epitome of grace and got on and did her job. And then, what people, just because we live in the world that we live in today, we don't have to share everything. And I don't think that we should. And I think that that's very elegant. And I'm also somebody that's a bit like that. We've all had trying times in our personal lives, me included. And but that's not something that I feel I need to share. Everybody has things and issues that they're dealing with on a daily basis, and I don't really feel that I want to impose any of that. And that's my world. So, and I think people understand that anyway. But shit always happens, and it's about getting on with it, and it's how you live and how you transform whatever experience you've had. And particularly if it's been negative, it's how you transform it. And that's what I believe in. I believe in transforming it and moving forwards. Here, let me look at some other questions here. Drew, we need an audible autobiography of your book. Good question, Drew. It has been discussed. I think I need to get my shit together to do that. But it's a good idea. I'd like to also add to that autobiography because I was very polite. But, I also don't want to deal with any lawsuits from anyone or one person in particular. So I have to be very careful with what I say. So, but an audible book is a good thing. And I will look into that. Absolutely. What else? Kayla asks, what advice would you give for aspiring artists? Okay. So, advice for aspiring artists. Know who you are. Be comfortable with who you are. Don't let anybody tell you what to do. Understand the business and how it works. Make sure you surround yourself with absolute honesty and integrity. And if that means that someone has to tell you that's shit, take it on board. But ultimately, you make the decision for what's right for you. And because that's what it's about, ultimately. Because if you're not being honest to yourself, the smoke and mirrors can only stay for so long. And it also depends on what you want to do too, what kind of a person, whether you just want to parade out there or if you really want to have a career that has longevity, you have to approach your craft in a very considered fashion. But knowing the industry, understanding it, learning about it, make sure that you find the right people and be confident in yourself and what it is that you're doing and the story you're telling. So that's that's a very, very multi-layered question. I mean, I can't answer it as quickly as that, but that's sort of what comes off the top of my head. Okay, Lee, 1972. When you visit different countries on tour, do you get the time to look around? And what's the best place you've been on holiday? No, when you're on the road, you're on the road. You don't get time to look around. You need time to recover. So it's flying, it's hotels, it's very, very fatiguing. Um, no, you don't, unfortunately. No, you don't. Best place I've been on holiday. I love going on holiday in Greece because I love Greece. I love Corsica. Um, I love Europe. And there's lots of places that I still haven't been to that I hope that this lifetime allows me to visit. Ben Collins again. Did you watch the Donna Summer documentary released recently? It was really insightful. Shame she went extremely religious and seemed to distance herself from gay fans, but her music lives. Haven't watched the documentary with Donna. I do remember my time on stage with her. It was a little tense, I'll be very honest, and it was her very religious period. I don't feel that it's right for me to make any comment, but I do remember the energy being a little bit tense. I'm not quite sure that she realized what she was going to be met with energetically on stage. I think it surprised her, hopefully in a good way. But I do remember it being an extremely beautiful moment to be standing and singing on a stage with a woman that I had grown up listening to and still have deep respect for. I'm very grateful for that experience because it really was a beautiful, beautiful moment. And she made an extraordinary contribution to music. And she was probably never recognized for it to the extent that she was a songwriter, guys. She wrote most of that very famous and very popular material, and I don't think she was ever recognized for it. I think that upset her. It upsets me now thinking about it, but I hope she's resting in peace. And I had an absolute brilliant time with her, and I'm very, very grateful to have had that experience with her. Amazing. Matthew Tig, I think, Tighe. Geez, I hope I've pronounced that correctly. How many costume changes on this tour? Ha ha ha. Not many. Probably 2. Can't be bothered. I'm not there to do that. I'm there to sing, and that's what I want to do. Not this time round. And also when you're traveling in different countries every second day, I can't be schlepping around a big bloody wardrobe. I don't have the time, and I'm actually not interested. So I'm just interested to get up and sing and meet you all. And that's kind of what I'm excited about, and playing new music, and also playing music from the past as well. So it's going to be an absolute shit fight trying to put a set list together. If there are songs that you particularly want to hear, don't be afraid to mention it, but just understand that set lists are very difficult to put together. So I will do my very best in singing what you all hope that I do. But remember, there are too many records, too many songs, so you can't possibly do everything. It's not humanly possible unless I'm on stage for 5 hours. Can't do that. What else do we have here? Any other? Mark Dare, 16 years. Mark Dare. Interesting. Great song, bloody hard song that comes from a place of, I wrote that for my younger sister, actually, that she was the inspiration behind that, because that when she was 16 years old, my mother and father left the family house and went and moved into their business. They ran a nursing home for about 25 years. And I remember how difficult it was for Silvana and myself at that time. So I wrote that song for her. And I certainly, getting older and being older now, I understood why our mother and father went on to do that and run that business, and they did an extraordinary job serving the community. So it's certainly we understand now why they did it. But I wrote that for Silvana, who I love very, very much. She's she lives in London, unfortunately, a bit too far. But I just saw her last week and loved catching up with her. Okay, Tina, with House, the production is so different to all of your previous works. It has an almost alternative rock edge. There's a slight Cure feel to the bass riff. Yes, well, that's probably got a lot to do with the fact that the record is live. Love Saves is a live record. It's not done on Logic. It's not done on computers. There are real instruments playing. So obviously, and it's very analog sounding. So that's the most obvious reason for that. And we really wanted to do a live record because that's where I come from. And, I grew up, like I said, I grew up listening to AC/DC, Van Halen, and people like that. And I love The Cure. I love Tears for Fears. So rock and roll was very, very big part of my musical education. So, and guitars were played by Andy Taylor from Duran Duran, who's a really dear friend. Andy did incredible guitars. Jack Jones also, who's one of the world's greatest guitarists as well, played on my record. So it's definitely much more live and much more beautiful, which makes me gloriously happy. Tell us more about your Masked Singer appearance. Yes, well, in February, March of this year, I flew over to France secretly to participate in the French version of The Mask. It was a rather strange experience. Very interesting show. I'm not a viewer of the show, and I didn't know anything about it, which probably made it even stranger. But still a great experience. I survived 2 episodes, got found out on the third, and voila, that was it. But it was fun. It was really, really good. And it was also great to be able to come back into the lounge rooms of the French audiences who have been so incredibly supportive of what I've done all these years. It was fun. Couldn't do stuff like that full time, but I had a bit of a giggle, which is really good. Paul Shipper, will you bring along that really cool backup singer from Enchante? She was great. Yes, Nilusha, absolutely. Nilusha will be coming on the road with me. She's a gift from heaven. Couldn't do it without her. Love her. It's one of the greatest voices I've heard. And you will definitely be seeing her. What else? Annie H. I love the song Sorrento Moon. Thanks, Annie. Yeah, it's one of those songs that stood the test of time. It's a beautiful story. Great question. Drew, any remixes of House? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to announce that there are 2 remixes coming from House, done by Steve Van Velvet, who's from Berlin, now lives in Spain. Steve Van Velvet has done these 2 wonderful remixes of House that I cannot wait for you to hear. I'm very particular with all that sort of stuff. I have a particular style, and Van Velvet has absolutely captured it. Cannot wait to share those with you. I'm not going to throw those out frivolously because they're really masterful. So we've got to come up with a way in getting them out there and getting them on platforms. One sec. Maya, come here. Come and say hi, little girl. I want to introduce you my little furry girl. Come here, my little shit. Here. This is Maya, everyone. So maybe I'll get her. She was asleep in the corridor. So this is my little girl. Little love of my life. Yes, so two remixes, fantastic, a lot of fun, and I cannot wait for you to hear them. And when you do, get them out there, guys. I trust you to do that because when you hear them, you are going to love them. So stay tuned for that. Little Maya, everyone says hi. Say hi. Oh, don't lick me because you've got bad breath. Honestly, been working on that. Anyway, Ryan. There, Ryan, here's your baby girl. Say hi to Ryan and John. No licking, Mize. No. Okay. What else? Christine Crispin has written, I loved church. Thank you, Christine. I love church too. It's funny too. A lot of people, I think a lot of people suspected that that song was about religion. Absolutely not at all. That song is about your inner temple, your inner church. It's not about an established religion in any way, shape, or form. You can't take titles and stuff like that literally. So when you listen to that song, that you realize it's time to go to church means it was time for me to take a really good bloody look inside. And I did, and it was the beginning of a change, a massive transformation for me. I'm really glad you like it. It is one of my favorites, and to sing that live for me is a moment. Don't lick, baby, don't lick. It's a moment of grace, absolute grace. Can't wait for you to hear that. Emma, put Back in Black on Love Saves, on the Love Saves tour, or do some rock songs. Well, yeah, Emma, I'm not sure. We'll see. Rock songs are, the new record has got quite a bit of kick and edge. So we'll see. I'm not sure. But I certainly had fun doing that on New Year's Eve a couple of years ago. It was really, really fun. Everything's going off here. Any surprise covers for the tour? Not sure. When I go through the set list, I will see if there's any room for covers. Otherwise, I'm just not sure. Do you want to go down? Do you want to go down? Here, I'll put you down. So, Maya's going night-nights. You go night-nights? Say night-night, everyone. Bye. Maya's going to bed. Off to bed. In your basket, chook. You go, good girl. What else? Chef Arena. Shane reacts. Shane. What have I been cooking lately? What did I make yesterday? I'm trying to think. I made a really beautiful roast yesterday or the day before. Leg of lamb, beautiful baked potatoes, peas, and a cauliflower gratin. It was so good. So love that. And tonight there is sashimi. So Nigel and I are going to have sashimi after this. It's a bit of fun. What else? Any plans for some French songs on the tour? Right. Yes. When I hit the French show, there will be French songs, of course, because it is an audience that has become very used to piss off. Become very used to hearing me sing in French. So yes, I will do some French stuff, obviously. If I go and play in France, I will do that. I'm looking forward to it. I really can't wait to play the Salle Pleyel in Paris. It's a beautiful room that was renovated a few years ago. So the acoustics are absolutely beautiful. So the sound that night is just going to be absolutely glorious. Yeah, of course, I can't go to Paris and do a show and not do French songs. They'll probably throw tomatoes at me. Christ. And that's the last thing I want. Don't want to spoil the outfit. Did I answer that, Lee? Any plans for some French songs on the tour? You're the person who has kept my French language alive all these years. Me. I'm no French reference, Dal. It's very kind of you. Very kind of you, Lee. Okay. Who else? Cute doggy. What kind? Maya is a long-haired Jack Russell. She's 4.5 years old. She'll be 5 on the 18th of December this year. Anything else? Let me see. Will there be a different version of the album for the French public? I mean, Danser sur la glace isn't on the standard album. Well, of course, the French have 3 of my English songs adapted into French, and they being Danser sur la glace, Dancing on Thin Ice, Church, which is titled Je me rapproche, and Love Saves is shit. Titles escape me. Anyway, those 3 songs are done in French and will be put on the record for the French public, obviously. So it keeps them happy and makes me happy too. So what else? Craig Coombs. Craig, hello, Craig. Thanks for joining. You were amazing in Evita. Would you like to do more theatre, and what role would be on your bucket list? Love theatre. Loved doing Evita. It changed my life. It made me realise that I was actually good at what I did. Took me an awful long time to realise that. But that show was life-changing on a number of different levels. I loved it. Could I do it again? No, I'm too old. It's too hard. It's too emotionally and physically taxing. Are there any other roles? Yeah, there probably is. I mean, I really love Sunset Boulevard. I've always thought that was a great show. Other shows, I don't know. I mean, I will most certainly do theatre again because I love being in one place. I love having a routine, going to the theatre every night like a job. I really love it, and I love working with people. So that's fun. So just for that experience alone with the collective of a group of really amazing individuals, I will most certainly get up on stage again and do that. I've had the pleasure of watching a bit of theatre of late. Last night, my fiancé and I went to see the Rocky Horror Show with Jason Donovan and Miff Warhurst. Guys, Rocky is on till the end of July. And in all honesty, I've never been a fan of the show. I saw it about 20 odd years ago and I didn't really like it. Maybe I was in wrong frame of mind. Get your tickets to go and see Jason Donovan. He was absolutely astounding. I knew he would be, but to see him was another thing. We were lucky to catch up afterwards and have a bit of a cuddle and say hi, and you must see him in it. The show is wonderful. The cast is extraordinary. The music, the band, headed up by Jack Earl, who plays piano for me, is just, it's world class. And I have to say, in all honesty, we also saw Anne Juliet a few weeks ago. Wonderful cast. The show is sort of not my cup of tea, but I'm, I get why Michael Castle is doing it. I get all of that. And the music is great. And the talent, the voices. Wow. Casey Donovan, the lead lady. I've forgotten her name. She's a young Indigenous. Lorinda May. Lorinda May. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. I just sat there with a smile from ear to ear. I can't tell you the joy that I have watching those kids on stage and hearing them sing. It just makes my heart just stunning. Go and see it. Australians on stage in theatre. I know everybody talks about London. I know everybody talks about New York. Yeah, whatever. Come to Australia if you want to see a great musical, kids. That's all I'm going to say. The talent is extraordinary, and the level, the quality of everything is just, it's a freight train. It's consistent, stunning. So all of you, go to the theatre. The best thing you can do. Okay, who's next? Any new? Mark Dare. Hello, Mark. I don't know where you're tuned in from, but you have written Notre Dame de Paris was sensational. Love. A revival. Did you like the role? I had a great experience in Notre Dame. I really loved playing Esmeralda on the West End. It was a beautiful show. The score is astounding. If any of you are into musical theatre and you want to hear a killer score, listen to Notre Dame de Paris. It is magical. Victor Hugo. I loved the role. I really, really loved the role. And I particularly loved the score of it. Will it ever come to Australia? Probably not. Not because the Australians wouldn't like it, but unfortunately, you know, the group of people that run all of that, it's a shit fight. So that's the way it goes. Some things work and some things don't. But it was a great show and I loved it. And I'm glad that you like it as well, Mark. Jason Brown, who is the support act? For where specifically, Jace? I'm just thinking for the next tour. If you're talking about the next tour, I don't know yet. I'll see. I'll start thinking about that a little closer to the time. I have some ideas, but I also like the opportunity of having fresh talent have the opportunity also to come up on stage and to show what it is that they do. I love and feel very humbled to be able to provide new talent a platform for them to showcase what it is that they do. So don't know just yet, Jason, but we'll keep you posted for sure. For sure. Christine Crispin, is there any song from your catalogue that you do not like to sing now? Oh, that's a good question, Christine. Maybe not really anymore. I think I used to struggle singing Now I Can Dance, not because I don't think it's a great song, but sort of that Latin thing as a dun, dun, dun. So after a little while, I was like, I like to really mess with songs. Like I like to really fuck them up and rearrange them if I can or if we can. And I always found that because that rhythm is so identifiable, it used to just block me. And I was like, how do we approach this differently? But I'm happy to say that I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But I do like to try new things. I like to change all the time. It's really important for me. I like to keep it fresh. So I don't keep it fresh for me. As I said, if I get bored, it's nothing worse. Nothing worse. Okay, what else? There is a trend right now for releasing coloured vinyl. Any plans for that? I don't know. Yes, Lee. We are. I think we're doing. No, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's nice. It's not a fluoro colour. Hate fluoros. So it's not that. Yeah, it's a nice surprise. I think you'll like it. My pink glass matches my painting. Anyway, what else? I don't know. I think I'm talking a lot, kids. So tell me when I need to shut up. Give my mother a kiss, tell her I'm okay. One of my favourite lyrics of that song. Yep. Cried my eyes out when I wrote that lyric. Just FYI. Absolutely. Yeah. It's a postcard to at the time, it was a postcard to my friend Morena, who I was really missing in the 90s when I moved over to LA and was writing, and I was so homesick. I'll never forget it, how homesick I was. Okay, now that's what are all these messages coming up? Leave us alone. They know what we're doing. I'm loving this, honestly, Tina. So good to hear you talking. Yeah, I'm talking at a freaking million miles an hour. I'm so sorry. I haven't had a drink. I'm not a big drinker. Haven't had a drink. Not at all. What's your most requested song in every tour? Chains, of course. Everybody, that goes without say. Everybody wants to hear it. Everybody loves to hear Burn. Yeah. And I guess I'm lucky that people want to hear it. It means that those songs mean something to them. So that's always really lovely. That's my fridge, Nigel, that's making that noise. No, it's a bit old. I've got to get rid of it. It's like someone tapping. It's like, is there ghosts in the house? There's no ghosts in this house. It's a happy house. Mm. Home again. Oh, no, no, no. Is it Burn? No, Homer. Burn. I would say that the most requested song is Chains, without a doubt. What else? Seems to be the same. All you kids, you're asking the questions. That's all right. Ricky Fimoniari, our 6-year-old loves to belt out Chains. How good is that? Well, the 6-year-old's got good taste. What can I say, Ricky? God love you. I hope the 6-year-old's doing well. So sweet. I remember 6 when Gab was 6. He was gorgeous. Wait till he gets to 16 or 18, Ricky. Then we'll swap notes then. Good luck. Enjoy every minute of it. I hope he keeps belting Chains out or whatever else he might hopefully enjoy. He can't wait to meet you in Perth. Are you bringing him along? What is his name? Love to know. You'll let me know in a second. Oh, this is an interesting question. This is from Con, one of my favorite unreleased tracks you recorded was Talk to Me, written by Katie Tunstall. Would you consider releasing your unreleased material? Are there many outtakes? Yes, I would absolutely consider releasing unreleased material. I was talking about that sort of 3 or 4 years ago. Because there is a lot of material. And I remember, I don't know if you guys remember a record called the Peel Me Sessions that I did in Italy for years ago. That was a really interesting record, and Talk to Me I really loved. I was a big fan of Katie Tunstall. I think she's great talent, great writer. And that song is really cuts the mustard. I do like that song. I think I did it live once years ago. Haven't done it again, but yeah, I'll release it. It'll be available at some point. So Ricky, your little boy's called Jaden. Well, I look forward to meeting Jaden, the little muffin. He sounds like a sweetheart. Another dumb question. Did you paint those fish behind you? If not, can you paint? No, I didn't. That's one of my best mates in Perth. Her name is Joss Myers. Joss Meyer. And that's, what are they called, those fish, Nigel? Koi. They're koi fish. It's koi fish, that's right. It's koi fish. She did the pink one there that I got. She also did a series in blue, which ended up, I think, in a hotel somewhere. And they're really beautiful. Her work is stunning. She's a really close girlfriend. You can check her out on Instagram, Joss Meyer, Jos Meyer, like the department store, Myer. Her work is absolutely stupendous. Another one whose work you should check out is Troy Argyros. Troy, as in Troy, Argyros is Argyros. Stunning painter. He did a portrait of me recently for the Archibald, and it's spectacular. He's a real life painter. He's a graduate of the Academy in Firenze in Florence, and he's probably one of my favorite painters in the world. So check him out as well. He's on Instagram. His work is just spectacular. What else? How long have I been going on for? 49 minutes. You know what, kids? I'll do a few more minutes, 10 more minutes, and we'll keep going. If you've got any questions, keep asking. Kayla. Hi, Kayla. At 13, I had the privilege of meeting you for the very first time at your reset tour. Your kindness and humbleness made me know what type of artist I wanted to be. Thank you for being so inspiring. Thank you, sweetheart. That's really kind to say that. It's really kind. And I hope that wherever your artistic journey is going, that you're having fun. That's important to have fun. Thank you for those kind words. It's very nice. What else? Little Jaden, he's got a smirk on his face. Hello, sweetheart. You'll probably be in bed soon. But it's Friday night. You can always stay up a little bit longer. Cara, I'm so excited to see you live. Will it be your first time, Cara? Good. I'm excited that you're excited. Emma, Olympics in 2024, Paris. Good question. Good God. Paris and the Olympics in 2024. Not really sure it's the place I'd want to be. Who knows? Who knows? Anything is possible. The Australians will be there. Who knows? Anything can happen. I might be there. But I certainly don't know yet. Okay, what's your usual songwriting process? Okay. I don't songwrite all the time. I songwrite when I feel I've got something to talk about. Otherwise, I'm not one of these people that can switch on and off like that. It's not like it's not a tap for me. It's not something that I can switch on or switch off. I've got to be in the right frame of mind. I have to have lived a period of time, because then I feel that I've got something to say. So, I might go through, it depends. I might songwrite once, twice a year in blocks where I put a whole bunch of material together, or then I might not write for another year. There's no rigid formula with any of that. So, hope I've answered that question. Do you remember touring with Lionel Richie in the 80s as his support? Is it true that you recorded an album with his touring band? Yes, I do remember touring with Lionel. It was 1987, and I was 17 years old. I did record a couple of songs with his band that never saw the light of day, but I had a good time, had a great time. What else? But, that's what happens. Sometimes you can record a lot of material and, it might be used, or, sometimes it just falls by the wayside. That was a very, very long time ago, 87. So it was many lifetimes ago, but it was fun. I'm off to Germany tomorrow for the first time. Have you been? Yes, I have been to Germany. I've been to Munich, Frankfurt, Hamburg. Haven't been back in a few years, but I was in Austria September of last year, which I really, really loved, in a place called Lake Millstatt. I was lucky enough to do a small sort of recital in the cathedral in Millstatt with a friend of mine. That was really amazing. I really loved that experience. Do I journal? I write everything because it's just the way I do things. It's funny, I'm freaking color coordinated. My diary's coordinated. Look at that, with the painting, my freaking glass. It's the pink brigade. Anyway, that's it. Yes, I do journal. Absolutely. I have to write things down. It's really important, Mariana. Absolutely. Cara, I was upset somebody pretended to be you and was asking questions and personal questions. Please do be very careful who you talk to online, because you never know. And there's a lot of people that pretend to say that they assist me or da-da-da. There is only one official thing on this. I just got a sticker today. Shag. It's a great vintage store. So I decided it's one of my favorites, actually. Be careful for people that are phishing and pretending. Our official socials are always official. They're credited with the blue mark and so forth. That is what it is. Anybody else, please ignore. All right? And if you do hear of somebody, we would so appreciate it if you could inform us and let us know that somebody is pretending, because they seem to be coming out of the woodwork at the moment. And I've been told that that happens when somebody's got a lot of traffic online stuff, right? That's right, Nige, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So please be careful of that, Cara, and anybody else. Mark Dare, recorded with Elton John's band in 1987. I thought Kiki D got you sure know how to break a heart, unfortunately. Love to hear your recorded version. Oh, Jesus, I don't know, Mark, if I have that version of You Sure Know. I think that's one. You sure know how to break a heart. God, it was so long ago. I don't even know if I'd have a version of it, in all honesty. I wonder what is your screen time on your phone. It's been a lot of late, and I've wanted to throw this phone in the bin several times. I'm due for an update. I'm over it. Okay, so I've got a million emails here tonight because all my family and friends have gone bowling tonight, and I'm not there, and they're a bit shitty with me. So, well, I can't be everywhere at all times. My fiance, God, he scares me sometimes. He's quite mad. Okay. They want me to sing. No, I can't sing. I've got a bit of a sore throat. I've had a cold this week. So if you hear me coughing, it's because I've got some phlegm in my throat, and I've been feeling pretty shitty this week. So it is what it is. Dokes, quanto costa quello fidanzato? Yeah, you know. So good that you're on. My friend Tanya Doko is on at the moment. Jesus, you can tell you're on a break because you're usually working all the time. By the way, to all of you that are listening, Tanya Doko is just about to release an EP next month. And I have to tell you, in all honesty, please stream, download, whatever you need to do. Her new record, beautiful, and I cannot wait for all of you to discover her. Tanya was a very big part of the songwriting process of my new record, because we're great mates and we love working together. And I'm very lucky to have had a very, very small part in her record. But I can't wait for you guys to hear it, because you're just going to be blown away. The stories are amazing. And so please do yourselves a favor and go out and get and support her. Start supporting these, her, because she deserves it. She's great. Love you, Dokes. How are the glasses? How are my new shades? Chook, how about them? They're good, huh? Cost me a fortune. Nearly fell over when the lady told me the price. But there's only a few of them in the country, which I prefer, because I don't want to wear a pair of glasses that everybody does. But I am getting blinder. But I do, what I do like about these glasses is they're not heavy, because I found that I was just too much pressure on my nose. So thanks for that. I do like them as well. I'm very happy with them. Okay. What else? Salce or Salke. Hi, Pepino. Hope I've pronounced your name well. Two talented and beautiful women. You're very kind, Pepino. Pep. Very, very, very sweet. Who else? Cara, Mariana. Feel better, Tina. Mix onion and honey together. Onion and honey. That's interesting. Haven't done that. Do you cook the honey, or do you just have it raw and sort of put it in a motor and pestle and sort of crunch it all up, and then, I don't know, have some in a spoon or something? I don't know. I'll try that. That's really that I love little things like that. Okay. Who's here? Zoe Skiathas. Hello, Tina. Loved your music and your songs for a long time. What's your favorite way to relax? One of my favorite ways to relax, Zoe, is to cook. I love to cook because then no one busts my ass and I can focus on what I'm trying to put together. Now, don't worry, I'm no Jamie Oliver. I'm very simple, but I'm an honest cook. So, and I do love it, and I do cook a lot. So that's what I do think. Cut an onion in half and leave it by the bed. Yeah, but it's going to stink if I leave it by the bed.
It works.
What?
Yeah, I do that.
What, the smell?
Yeah.
But you'd be.
We did that before the wedding. It worked. Like if there's like flu bugs.
You're
In the
kidding.
room. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Nigel's just verifying that. Cut an onion, put it by the bed, put up with the stench, but it apparently, well, it obviously, it absorbs all of the bacteria in the air, no doubt. Wow, that's really interesting. I'm going to try that. I will try that. Who else? You cook a lot, girl. Cook us some dinner. Ah, Mariana, you're funny. Craig Coombs. Hello, Craig. Is performing here in Melbourne special for you? Yep, it is. Absolutely special for me. I love it. And I'm really excited about the October shows because for the first time, we've decided to go and play in the Melbourne Town Hall. Have any of you been in the Melbourne Town Hall and seen how beautiful it is? Well, I cannot wait to get there. I'm a Melbourne girl, so for me it feels appropriate, and it feels like it's time to go and play the Town Hall. So want to make that a rocking venue again, which is what it should be. And in Great Collins Street. Yep. So Melbourne Town Hall, kids, look out. She gonna be rocking. What else? How long we got? Okay, kids, I think I'm going to wrap it up. If any of you have any sort of last questions that you would like to ask, please feel free. Tickets, just to recap, there are tickets on sale for the tour around the world. There are tickets for my show, which there are links to and so forth for you to log on by. I know box office is open now. Really appreciate your support. We do this as a team. It's in-house. What can I say? It's a great bunch of people, and we just can't wait to come back and rock the house a little bit. I'll just thank you so much to everybody who's tuned in. I've been on for quite a bit. I didn't expect to, but I'm really I'm very, very grateful that you all take your time on a Friday night when you could be doing a million other things and distracted by a million other things. But I appreciate your time very, very much, and I appreciate your support with the record. I hope you enjoy it. You enjoy what we've done. Hello, Grace. Grace in Tassie. Hello, darling. Sending you so much love. When you're moving to Melbourne is what I want to know. Will you release all your records on vinyl? Just me, don't ask. In Deep Love Loss Reset. Yes. 2 years' time for my 50th anniversary. They'll all be in a box. Hopefully I won't be in a box at my 50th fucking anniversary. That's all I can say. God willing. Maya's asleep. So it's absolutely passed out. It's all that ball throwing. Yes, I will. Absolutely. There'll be a few records, so make room on the shelf. It's a lot of work putting that together. So cannot wait. And hopefully Love Saves will be one of your favorites in that. Again, thank you everybody for your time. Thank you also to my team as well. Courtney, Peter Chu, Maddie Hume, YouTube. Marion, thank you, and to all the team at YouTube for all of this. And I really appreciate your support. Spread the word, guys. It's really important that Australian music gets an opportunity to be on the same level as all those other international artists. We deserve to be at the top as well, because we're good at what we do. And it's really important to support homegrown talent. It's very, very difficult in this country to get that kind of support from the media and so forth when they're so incredibly distracted with what's going on in America and England and the UK. I really believe that Australia is in a very interesting time now. We are so removed from the rest of the world, and, you know, whilst the world is falling apart, particularly the Western world, Scott certainly needs to pick its socks up. Don't be looking in other people's gardens and think that your garden's shit. We actually have beautiful gardens here. Support Aussies, make some noise, contact radios, contact people, and demand that Australian content be upped. They need to up the ante. They will only up the ante if all of you rally together and go, enough now. We want to hear what we want to hear during the time, during the day, during the morning, and not in between 12 midnight and 5 a.m. in the morning when they're sufficing a quota. That's not what it's about. We deserve to be heard, and we need to make some noise. So thank you so much for that. I am an advocate for Australian music. You absolutely bet I am, because we shouldn't make any apologies, nor should any of us think that we're not as good as anybody else, because we are just as good, probably better. So there we are, vinyl. Well, that's the test one. That's not the real one, but we look forward to giving you the reveal of the new one. I think that you will really like it. I also want to thank Andrew Morabito, who did all the artwork and so forth, Kid Suave for the video and the photos. It's a really, really lovely bunch of creatives, really beautiful people. And I'm very, very blessed to be able to work with them. I'm fighting the good fight, kids. I really am. I know I talk a lot, but it seems that nobody else talks, which makes me sad. But let's kick some ass. Thank you so much for your support, the love, the encouragement. Alfredo, cheers from Brazil. Hello, Alfredo in Brazil. Big kiss to you and to everybody that's tuned in from overseas. I'm incredibly grateful to all of you. Thank you. I hope that I haven't spoken too fast for our friends who have joined us from other parts of the world. Português, yes, Portugal. Hope to get there one day to play. Look forward to seeing you all soon. Thank you so much, everyone, for your extraordinary support. It is truly appreciated. I want to thank Nigel Stanislaus as well for doing my hair and makeup. We're going to eat sushi now. Can't wait. Very exciting. Yeah, be good. Be good to each other. Don't take any shit from anybody. Careful what you watch. Careful who you hang around. And don't believe all the bullshit that you read, because there's a lot of smoke and mirrors. Make sure you go through and sift through what it is that you subject yourselves to. Cheers. It's been wonderful. It's water. It's not gin or vodka. Yeah. It's no ice cubes. There's nothing rattling. Haven't had a drink for a while. When is the wedding? I don't know. And if I did know, I'm not going to tell you. I mean, some things need to stay private, kids, honestly. Lots of love to you all. Take care. Be good to yourselves and be good to others. We'll see you really soon, everyone. Thank you so much. Lots of love. Speak soon. Bye for now.